Hey, Matt.
Hello, Brian. We've got an old friend back with us.
I recognize that face.
Hello,
Yeah.
Lou.
Hey fellas, how we doing?
Welcome
Good.
back. You've been golfing.
Just a little bit attempting to golf.
Are you teaching? You're teaching people to golf.
I'm an assistant pro during the summer and fall months. So I've been teaching a handful of people so far this year, and that's gone well. But yeah, the playing is a different story.
Are you having fun teaching?
I have a blast teaching. I think, I do love playing, but I think teaching is very rewarding. Seeing, even in a short time period, like 30 minutes, seeing people improve a little bit and seeing the joy that they have from that, it's really cool.
So, we're on an AI discussion vid blog, um, and we have a clip that we talked about that we'll talk about a way to teach people, I guess. I mean, is that what it is, Brian? These goggles?
They are a way to make you better when you're golfing.
That's unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to look at that and then
Sure,
we'll
sure,
talk?
and then we can
Cool.
we can go from there. So there's that, and you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I optimize this for video.
Is he a pro? Luke, do you recognize him?
So he was a teaching. I think he still is a teaching pro, but I think his career has really moved online now. But yeah, he is kind of same. I believe the same start I kind of had working at a golf course, was teaching, and then yeah, I gradually started doing videos and moved more online.
Okay, cool.
Let me show you some putts. Right, so you now are seeing what I'm seeing. Everything. In fact, even our camera guys, there's Ed and there's Matt. This is the green. As you can see, start by scanning the green, say hey putt view. So you can do it verbally, or if you just bring your hand up, you can bring up this panel and press hey putt view. And straight away, you'll start to see this almost grid effect starting to take place. So as you can see now on the ground, see those kind of grid shapes? That's the AR tracking every little hump and hollow. I'm going to go a bit closer to the hole. You can see it's starting to move. Look at that. And it's mapping everything, working out all the slopes, all the little ups and downs. So what I've put up on here now, settings, green speed is 9. That's a bit of a guess, but we're about a 9 green speed. And here now I'm going to go as, in fact I can do that a bit straighter. I'm literally pressing that with my finger in the goggles, it's madness. I'm going to come back to my ball. I've got my target down there. I've got my ball here, and it's calculating. And look at that. That is what I am seeing. So now I've got the line, I can come low, I can measure it, I can even line my line up with that red line, so I know I'm aiming straight. And that's, it's about six inches to the right, that as well. Can look down my line, I'm gonna go straight down that red line. Come on, let's see if we can box the first one. I can also, if I don't wanna see the lines, I can actually just lift that up so I can actually see again. And now I don't see the lines, but I've obviously got the line on my putter, or I can bring the goggles back down and straight away I've got my line back. Right, so my line is straight down that red line. It literally tracked perfectly.
Okay.
Yep. So it's actually 3D mapping the environment so that it knows where all the, where it's level, where it's dipping, etc., and then it's calculating the path to the hole for you.
That is unbelievable.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't understand how it could map that in real time. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's probably got what's called LiDAR. It would be my guess, which is sort of like it's a 3D scanning technology that whatever you're pointing at, it's scanning and mapping it out in 3D.
And how is that? Because I've heard of LiDAR before, right? So I know members will come in and talk to us and be like, oh, I played this on my sim yesterday, and it's everything that they have on the sim is
Mhm.
identical to the course. So how do they map that?
Well, I don't know. There's probably a couple ways. One, well, I mean, this is doing it real time, so
Yeah,
it's as you walk around, it scans
yeah,
it. But I'm
yeah,
guessing that if anybody has already scanned a course, it's probably uploaded and
yeah.
sitting somewhere and fully analyzed. And yep,
Jeez.
yep, yep.
Well,
So
I mean, but if it's doing it in the moment and it has that distance, uh, almost like geophysics,
mhm.
but it's not going through the ground. It's stopping right at where it's being, and it's bouncing it back like radar from a bat or something,
Mhm.
right? Isn't that sort of what it's like?
Kind of,
So,
yeah,
so that I hadn't even thought about that. That's some like, okay, so it may do it in the moment, right? And that's
Mm.
pretty amazing. It's mapping it. It's bouncing a beep off of the ground every millisecond, right? And sending it back and mapping the space in front of it. But then somebody may have already played that green and with this same tool, and since it's all in the database, it'll just jump right to that and not have to take the
sure,
time to map
sure,
it.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
And then
what's
in real time, it's analyzing it and figuring out the physics of what you should do and how you should, hit the ball. And
there.
yeah,
It's unbelievable because there it leaves no mystery to any putt, right? So if you really wanted to, say you could go to, I don't know, Augusta, if you could get on there, you could go play a practice round with these goggles every hole. You're gonna know
right.
exactly where everything breaks. And then I mean, it would be hard to retain all that information, but I'm sure that's just, I don't know, that's unbelievable. It does feel a little bit like cheating, right? But
Yeah. Well, and just wait. I mean, it'll be in glasses like this next, and then it'll be in contacts,
And then it'll
uh,
be surgery,
and then it'll be exactly. But
little chips.
is
yeah,
is there any stopping that, right? So it's like, well, probably I'll probably remember this in 5 years, right? Like I'll look at
yeah.
something like that now and be like, wow, that's crazy. But then in 5 years, you're gonna see everybody using it, unless it's outlawed. So it's
I would think it would have to be for competitions, um,
yeah.
but for people just going to a course and playing, I don't know. I would enjoy it much less knowing
Oh,
that I was getting help like this. But
well, that's the you still have to hit the putt too, right? So that's
true,
the
true, true.
For now.
Until you get a robotic sleeve that moves your arm
Yes.
for you.
yeah, that would be crazy.
They, yeah. I mean, have you seen any of the videos where they train robots to play different sports?
No.
It's amazing. So they'll train robots. Well, they're basically AIs. It's hesitate to even call it training because it's AIs learning to play a sport. And what they'll do is they'll put AI in a robot, and then they'll have the robot experience the equivalent of like a human being learning to play a sport like soccer. Um, but it will do the equivalent of a human being playing soccer for 300 years. It'll do that in a couple days. And
Jeez.
so it's amazing. It'll sit there, and the first thing it does is flop on the ground. And then in a couple days, it's running around. It knows all the rules to the game. It knows all the strategy. It's got balance. It'll, you know, it's
So
basically teaching itself. And they'll teach a whole team. And yeah, yeah,
if you ever wanted to watch a match that was just a bunch of Lionel Messi's, you'd be able to do that.
right.
But then,
Yep.
but what's the fun? I guess I don't know. That's why do we watch sports? I don't know. That's the question. I think why would I watch something like that if everything was perfect, or everybody had these goggles, everybody knew the putt? I don't know. It makes it less fun.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just so antiquated, though.
Yeah.
We're just
I
so
mean,
old school.
That's
Just
yeah.
stop with that ancient
that's
stuff.
like watching sports that don't allow steroids. I mean,
Well, that's you could argue. I mean, the steroid era was pretty fun. I like, Mark McGuire and
uh-huh.
Sam Sosa and Ken Griffey was the clean one, but yeah, that's I don't know, man. I always feel like old man get off my lawn every time like baseball comes up and we start talking about AI and sabermetrics and everything, and I'm always like, God, it's ruining the game because it makes it more boring because everything you can predict it with AI driven or computer driven numbers. So I don't know. It's not as fun to me.
So here's the thing too, is like when you see somebody who's really good at putting,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have bat radar. Like I'm just using that for the LiDAR. Is it lidar or lidar?
LiDAR.
Right?
Yeah.
They don't have that, but they must have some evaluation system, right? That makes them, out of the millions of people who play golf, they're exceptional, right?
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
we don't know
Yes.
what that is right now. Like, how do they actually do the same thing that LiDAR is with their eyes and their brain? They're not, it's some kind of grace, physical grace, to be able to
Yeah,
appreciate space, distance,
And
energy,
practice. And
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 practice.
and
Right.
it
practice.
is. Well,
Yeah.
it is. It's like it's our own AI, right? It's being
Okay, but
able to
hold on.
recall.
I'm going someplace with this, and I'm trying to drag you both with me. So they they they're good at it.
Yeah.
They're really good at it. And
Mm-hmm.
it pisses people off who practice just as much as they do because they're
Mm-hmm.
not as good as them.
Yeah.
AI is actually creating a democracy for talent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody can be just as gifted.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we've heard at least once from one of the people we talked to, that that's what AI is doing for the visual arts. It's a democracy. It's evening out the playing field.
Yep.
Now everybody can draw like Da Vinci.
Well,
Everybody can golf like Nicholas or
now everybody can
Tiger.
play music like Jimi Hendrix or Eddie Van Halen if they want.
Yeah.
Um,
It waters everything down though. Why would I don't know. It's just not as fascinating if you have if everybody's the same level of playing or creating, then what would be the why I just don't understand what would make it unique. Why would I want to read someone's story? Or if everybody
yeah. What's the psychological effect of not having to strive for something
yeah.
anymore?
We're gonna
Why would I
find out.
I guess
why
we
would
are. I guess
why
we're
would I
gonna find
yeah,
out.
why would I sit on a putting green for I guess you wouldn't have to, right? Like
Right.
if you do it yeah, so yeah, that's what
I mean,
fun yeah, what
that's already happening,
yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Not to the same degree in sport, but music is now caught up, right, Brian, with the visual
Music
art.
is computer programming. Same thing.
Well, don't they have, especially in music, isn't there something like, are they using AI to predict like chord progressions or use it to find certain songs or, the why certain things are popular or why there's hits
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
certain songs, and then they can throw it into whatever. Yeah, that's it's just it's cheating, dude. I don't know. I don't know.
It's the perfect marketing tool. It's what marketing has always wanted to get, is where is, what do they call in playing the drums, the sweet spot on the drum, like how do we get just the right chord progression so we can get just the right number of people to invest in whatever we want them to do. And what I mean by invest is buy the thing, do the thing, vote this way. And they know that there's a certain percentage that will just fall for this.
Yeah. So
but yeah, go ahead.
Does it make everyone just have to dig more for the music that isn't driven? If everything's pushed by music, I don't know, big music corporations, whatever, if they're just pumping out what they know is going to make a hit, where do you find?
If you listen to this is my old man coming out.
Yeah.
If you listen to popular music and all the auto tuning and the way all of it is so homogenous,
Yeah,
it's like we've already kind of done
we're
that
there.
by
We're there.
ourselves without the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there are some
Yeah.
people who have said that too, that the past 25 years have been the prepping for the acceptance of AI
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of different ways. Now, I don't believe in that kind of grand plan. I don't know that humans actually can pull that kind of thing off. There it would have to be a lot of different businesses across the world trying to. But it can happen just the way it's happened this way, happenstance. That
Mm-hmm.
you know the evening out of expression musically through the marketing.
Yeah.
So everything's just money driven, right? So if these corporations can figure out they don't care, right, what you're pumping out as long as it's making them money. So why would they change? I don't know. That's
Well, and the other thing I think of too is like you pair, okay, the marketing stuff, which, you know, people have, human beings have analyzed all of that data and done all the marketing. But when you have super intelligence that is superhuman at pattern recognition and analysis, and it's got all the data on all of us, how wonderfully manipulative and convincing is it going to be? And how great is it going to be at predicting, you know, what's going to sell and how to get you to buy stuff?
do you think that it would have been able to predict something, I don't know, like in music? I love music too, right? So like the grunge scene coming into the mainstream, right? Like would it be able to find a Nirvana where it might have been like, I don't know, I think like grunge music or whatever was the answer to like hair metal or stuff like that, when there's a group that's angry about what's being put out. So you get the Soundgarden and Alice in Chains and stuff. Like, will it be able to predict that that's going to be popular, or is there always going to be revolution that builds of people being like, "Hey, I hate AI. This is cool now." I don't know, and then it starts its own
Yeah,
culture.
right. I don't know.
But
I think
yeah, go ahead, Brian.
I was just going to say I could easily see it being able to integrate randomness into what it's doing, and so if it starts to notice that people are tuning out or becoming disenchanted with a certain thing, it'll just start throwing stuff at the wall and then analyze it and then cater to whatever the next thing is.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
But this is the cycle that I guess we've been trying to figure out, so that, or at least I've been trying to figure out, so I don't have to be so scared. But first and foremost, there's nothing I can do about this. Absolutely nothing besides have this conversation, which does help. But this thing, you know, we've said it, right, Brian? The train's out of the station. This is going to do its thing. The question, though, one of the patterns we tossed out was that there's going to be an intoxicating moment. And we're seeing more and more people who are like, hey, that's an AI created image. And more people I'm seeing in social networking are saying, I don't care. It's cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a cat with zebra spots. Stripes. I never seen that before. That's way cool. Okay, but it was done by AI, and all of the reasons why AI doing art is not a good thing. I don't care. So we advance further into that cycle, right? Of intoxication with it. I love this. I love this. I love this. And meanwhile, people who make images, okay, it's just the image making world, all of the different permutations of that are losing their jobs.
Yeah, it's gonna, and yeah, it again, because of the breakthroughs and things, you know, images is in the front, but it's coming for everything. Yeah, I even like I'm also Matt, you and I may disagree a little on this. Maybe not.
What?
I know that so the whole AI being trained on art without permission, which I agree is not good, but I also kind of think that it's going to be irrelevant.
Oh, it already is.
Yeah,
I just like to bring it up because that's my get off my lawn moment.
yeah, because I've
And
already
already
you know,
people are like, you know, shut up. That's just stupid. Nobody cares. I'm
well,
like,
I care. I care about it.
I know you do.
Yeah.
This is not, this is
Yeah.
just degrees to which, and I'll be quiet in a second and
No. Go, no.
say
Actually, I like this. I like this conversation.
My thing that I keep going back to that is that we're also hearing people say, but that's what humans do too.
Right.
We learn that way. So the problem that I have with that is that people are buying into the idea already. We haven't got to general intelligence nor super intelligence. So we're not at the sentient stage. We're still at the really fast algorithm. It's basically zeros and ones mimicking human expression.
Yep.
It's not a sentient being yet. And I would argue later on too that what do you mean sentient? Okay, but for right now, it's not there, and people are talking about it when they make that parallel that it's doing the same things humans are doing. No, it was instructed by human beings to steal.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's get clear about that.
Yeah, my feelings about why I think I'm leaning towards it being irrelevant isn't that I think it's doing the same thing as humans, and it's more that it's going to get to the part. Well, places like Adobe are already training on stuff that they have the legal right to train on, and it's getting very good. So their stuff is almost to the level of the things that have trained on things without permission. So and then I think it's going to get so good that it even if you destroyed all of their training data and all of the the language models and everything that had been trained without permission, I think that would only be delaying things, just because I think it's going to train on its own stuff, and the companies that already own so much of the intellectual property and have permission to train, it's already getting exceedingly. I mean, the new Photoshop, you can open a blank document and tell it to fill it with whatever you want, and it's not using anything that they didn't have permission to train it on. So
and then also having the ones that are trained on my work. I use for me. This is, as a person who's trying to help people learn how to be creative, going to that esoteric statement I've made before too, that to help people get away from the outside and come to a place here, or I point to here, right? And call it the doorway to the muse, whatever you'd like to call. That's in this world without AI is really difficult. It was really difficult 250 years ago, 500 years ago. I'm sure that, Michelangelo trying to do what he did, he was still hampered by all of the noise without electronics around him, trying to get focused into here so he could really see what he wanted to make that he sees in here and put it out there. Now, when we have this machine that gives people the feeling like I'm making just like Michelangelo because I'm leaning on this machine, and people who are really good already train an AI to do something for them, take them to some place they hadn't been before. And I just feel bad because they could have gone there through this door, not the mechanical door.
Yeah.
And the people are selling them down the river, saying that you can't get into that world unless you go through the AI door. It's here already.
That's why that's where I get a little bit of hope, in that I think that people are going to crave the experience of learning and getting better and making stuff. That's my hope anyway. Just the same way with, I could use goggles and putt like a professional golfer, but at some point I think people are going to want the experience of learning, and that's a hope that I have.
With putting, I just wonder, because it's one thing to do it in practice too. Like if I'm sitting there and I'm by myself, it's no problem. But as soon as say somebody makes it to a tour level player and there's $3 million on the line for this putt, how are you going to make that putt if just because you wore your goggles one time on a green, you know which way it breaks, but the guy that's practiced for 3,000 hours knows what it feels like or has been there before? So I just wonder if they'll be able to perform the same under pressure. I don't know.
It's a good question.
Okay,
But
so more scary permutations. AI knows everything about human biochemistry. You get the right machinery at the right scale with the right kind of pharmaceutical backup, you don't have to worry about being nervous under pressure.
ooh, interesting. Like almost like you popped a couple Xanax and went out there and you
Yep.
shot
Or
62.
AI did it for you. You got that
Yeah.
little AI thing on the back of your head, and it's got
Yeah.
its pharmaceuticals, and okay, we need 0.00 of this combined with that because we're at this same space that he's been in before, and we know how he is, so and we
Yeah.
care so much about him. We want him to win and do well.
Huh. Isn't that what's the book? Is it Brave New World where is it Soma that they talk about? It's the drug in the book they always give everyone. That's kind of what it feels like, just some manipulative government or whoever, pharmaceutical, big pharma, whatever, starts pushing these drugs on you to make you evolve into what they want society to be. So yeah,
Well,
that would
is this hyperbole then? I mean, I recognize we're going down a route, right, Brian? It's not the first time I've done this, right? Is
It,
this freaking people out? Or is this like, wow, this is possible?
well, I think the
Or
question
both?
I have, what do you think it's a situation, because this has probably been done forever, right? With well, not to this level, but with the advancement of technology and learning how to do things, is it adapt or die, or is it do we have to fight back and just solely throw AI to the side and we're not going to use this? Or yeah, what do you like? How are we going to survive or compete against people that are using AI?
that's a.
Is that
I think that
that too loaded of
I
a
don't think
question?
I don't think you are. I don't think you can. I don't think you can compete. It depends on what you're competing for, I guess. Um,
Or producing,
but the thing is, at some point, it's going to get to where, I mean, similar to the art stuff. So yes, somebody using AI can generate illustrations a lot faster than I can. But at some point, you aren't going to need the person who's using the AI at all either,
yeah,
because
you
the
can just
AI
cut
will
them
just
out.
do it all right from
Yeah.
scratch. So I think that's what we're headed towards. I think there will be a competitive advantage for people when people are still necessary, but then when they aren't, then everybody will be in the same boat,
I
So
think that's
not needing to do anything. Uh, and or yeah, yeah, yeah. It gets really weird.
is it just informing people? Is that the answer? Like informing everyone, like what the artists are doing? Like how do you, and that's hard because you can't really fact check AI if somebody's using it, right? So
Right.
that's like somebody could be telling you all they want, right? To be like, oh, I don't use AI. And then in private, they could be creating everything like images, artwork, whatever. They could be using AI, right? And just totally
Sure.
pass it off.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. That's,
Yep.
well, no, but I mean,
But
AI is developing new ways of detecting AI.
and AI is detecting new ways of fooling the AI that's detecting the AI.
is it the
Right.
chicken or the egg, huh?
Yep.
That's,
I mean, you can right now. There's a couple, right? I've used them. There's a couple of AI image detector sites.
Yeah.
You just
And there's a
click
site
and
that
drag.
you submit your artwork to, and it will submit it to all the AI detection websites and services and alter it until it is no longer detected by them, and then give it back to you.
Hmm. But so the question then is like, is this are we the rebels hiding out in the mountains, fighting tooth and nail? Now, I mean, one of the things is that this is one aspect of AI. AI is going to weave itself into every aspect of humanity. And I have no problem with the AI. We've said this before, take care of cancer, man. Do it.
yeah.
I'm happy. Do I want it to give me therapy? I don't think so. Do not. right? I mean, I can't see that. But for me, in terms of creativity, I really, we've said scary things. It's going to do away with commercial art, including publishing.
Yeah.
Well, what's the purpose? What do we need human beings for? The people who write the checks are going to, which they do, it's their job, evaluate, do we need these middle people, the authors, the illustrators, the art directors, the editors? No, we don't need any of them. And it's going to slowly but surely work its way up to the ladder, or whatever metaphor you want to use. First, it's going to start with, yeah, well, we're not going to, what do we need these people working here for anymore? So yeah, we need to have one primary human editor who's responsible for all the AI editors. And then what do we need that guy for?
Yep.
So it'll just be the people with the money and the machines.
Yeah. At some point, it's going to come to a head, though, because if everybody's jobs get replaced, then there's no one's going to have the money to pay for the things that AI is making.
But I mean, my imagination on this is limited by my humanity. I've already noticed that people, it's just me. I mean, it's a really bad scientific study because it's me, but people are willing to pay serious money for individual lessons from me.
Mhm.
And I don't know that that's anything about AI, but the kind of drawing that I teach is very much human experience. This is how humans do this, and they want it.
Well, there's a relational aspect to that too. I think where it's going to be interesting is when AI, which isn't far from now, can convincingly imitate you. Will people still choose you, or and
Or
they
the
may,
cheaper version.
or the knockoff? That yeah.
Brian,
So
you're always saying scary stuff. They're going to choose me.
yes, always
You
choose
know
Matt.
that. Choose Matt.
Yeah.
Choose Brian.
Choose
Choose
Matt
Luke.
over the person that has analyzed you
Yeah.
and is utterly convincing and can tell you and can convince you why you should use it instead of Matt.
La 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 la.
Why would my
Okay, so-
girlfriend even need me anymore? Why wouldn't she just kick me out for AI Luke,
Yeah,
Just take me
well,
out of computer.
That's already
yeah, it's in the
that's
works.
a big business. It's already a big business.
Okay, but Luke, you teach golf. Do you see this, what we're predicting, having an effect on your income?
Yeah. I mean, I do. I think there's some apps, even I've had an instructor in the past, and I've only taken a handful of lessons. I've mainly been self-taught, but even he pulled up an app 2 years ago, and when I was swinging, it like mapped out where my technique was, my arms, everything where it was lined up, and it was like, this is an 87% like good swing. So if you can just set your phone up behind you and have something tell you by looking at your mechanics that you're hitting the ball good, then yeah, why would somebody have to come to me and pay me?
Even think about this though. A step up from that, you've got a virtual you that's actually showing somebody, and it's empathetic, and it's it's able to communicate with you, and it is not, and it doesn't, and it looks and talks just like a human being. It could be a robot, it could be just an augmented reality thing that you put the glasses on, and now you've got you standing next to you and showing you and talking with you.
It's the best version of me, yeah. So why would you even want me? If he's in a good mood all the time, why would you want me to come out there? I might be grumpy.
Yep.
But no, who would own that robot? Would it be me? Like, would I make money off myself? Or would it be the company that produces the technology, the robot? Would they make money? Or do I get a cut? That's what's...
It would it would not be you. It would not be you. That's like me and Matt getting paid for somebody who's AI generating illustrations.
I can't imagine having to like register myself as like part of my, like, we're going to use your intellectual property or whatever. Yeah, here, you want to register so you can use you for income. Yeah, that's really weird.
I mean, they're already trained on all the videos on YouTube and on the internet, and so there's a bazillion golf training videos, I'm sure, with golf trainers, and
Oh yeah, no, it's
it can make an amalgamation of all of those, and
and if it can analyze and it has all the data that it can use
right.
to back up, like why would like I'm probably a worse coach than the AI would be, right? Like that's
Yeah.
But do people go? You know what? This is probably way wrong, but I'm wondering, you know, if you're going for a lesson, it's probably nice to also have someone to talk to as well, right? Like it's one of those things like you like human interaction. So I don't, or some people
Really
don't.
need
Maybe I
that?
don't know.
Who needs humans, Luke?
That's,
I mean,
yeah.
What?
we get this thing designed well enough, and we're working on it. We're working on it,
Yeah.
and it'll be even better than the humans. Talk
It's
to one of these.
if you talk with like the AI Pi,
Yeah.
it's pretty convincing
It's pretty
already.
crazy.
It
Yeah.
sounds empathetic.
Well, didn't we do that with Luke the last time, and it had sighs and breathing, or was it with
It did that with was it with
Well,
you, or was it with Tim? I can't remember, but
I
yeah.
remember it was reading about the relation of why pitchers were getting injured, and it would do that. It would have pauses like in between the sentences or whatever. It would
Yeah,
take
it'll
like
it'll
it had to
breathe. It'll think
Yeah.
about something for a second. It'll yeah. Well, and like you know, we probably won't get to it today, but Hume, the AI Hume, you converse with it verbally, and it analyzes your voice and can tell what your emotions are and how you're responding, and it comes back and responds accordingly.
So weird. What was
Yeah.
this? Just makes me think of there was a movie with Joaquin Phoenix
Yep,
years ago, and he had a relationship with his computer.
with an AI. Yeah,
Yeah.
who was Johansson? What's her name?
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, yeah. We talked about that recently too. You know, and
Yeah.
like,
Really?
do you remember what happened at the end?
I'm trying to remember. No, I can't. Doesn't she get shut off at some point, or
No,
what
no.
happened?
He gets shut off. She
Yeah.
decides that she doesn't want to hang around with him anymore because she's made some new friends and they're going someplace that he wouldn't understand.
Oh my God. Well, isn't it weird? Because that was made how long ago? Was that like 10 or more years ago?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We
I
have
don't even
electronic devices here. We could look it up.
we could
Does this
probably
always seem to happen with art, like the book, like Brave New World or something? There always seems to be some piece of art that pretty
science
accurately-
fiction is incredible if you really think
Yeah.
about what it's predicted.
Well, it's like
pretty amazing.
Aren't the Simpsons are pretty well known? It's like there's always like a prediction. Like I feel like every time something culturally significant happens, someone will like post a clip, be like, "This happened in The Simpsons 25 years ago."
Yep. Well, if you read like Isaac Asimov writing in whenever the 40s and 50s,
Yeah.
was talking about the issues that we're trying to struggle with right now. Like, how do you these super intelligences? How do you get them to align with the interest of human beings? He was talking about struggling with that way back then.
Jeez, oh Pete. Well, I don't know. It's just is it wrong to like to? Because I know recently this is a little off topic, but like I was on Instagram and there was someone who's a visual artist and was creating these reels where it was just a bunch of like eerie. I like horror and like eerie stuff, right? So it had all these different pictures, and it reminded me of I forgot who did Eraserhead.
Mm-hmm.
But it was stuff like that, and it was just who was it? Yeah,
something like that. Go ahead.
But it was all like that style of art, and it was creepy and it was cool. And I'm like, man, this is kind of sweet. But it did have a little disclaimer at the bottom that it was AI, and I'm like conflicted. I'm like, do I like this or like, can I not? Am I not allowed to like this? This is weird. But it was really interesting. I don't know. So yeah, are you allowed? Are you allowed to like AI created art?
No, damn it. Don't.
No.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
I'm impressed with it. I can't lie. I see stuff and I'm like, yeah, that's
Well,
pretty
I
amazing.
said that last week. I was like, bad, Matt, bad, because I saw the AI created, it was like an intro to a 1960s Lord of the Rings,
Mhm.
which it had like Tony Curtis as, you know, all of these 1960s. I don't think he was in it, but it was just like, and at first I was like, this is freaking cool. And then I was like, wait a second, this is
That's it.
AI. It's
Mhm.
AI. Ah. I was angry,
Yeah,
but I
no, it is. It's like the aftertaste of appreciating what happened. You like your instant thought is like, that's kind of cool, but then you think about it, and you're like, wait, no, I hate this.
I hate this. Well, we got a little bit of time. Don't you have? I mean, we could put on something else, Brian.
Um,
Can we
we
terrify Luke a little bit?
Oh boy.
we
Something
could
scary,
try
like,
we could try chatting with Hume, or
what was this?
I do have a robotics thing that's kind of interesting.
Hmm.
So
I leave it
either
up to you, Brian.
Dealer.
What does Luke want to do?
What do
I
you
was gonna
want to
say
do?
dealer's choice. That's it. Either one would be interesting. Was it Hume? Is that what you're
Hume is the empathetic AI that analyzes your voice
interesting?
as it's talking with you.
Okay. I don't know. Whatever you guys are in the mood for. I'm up for
right.
either one.
We're gonna try Hume and just see how it goes.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
And if it
Say,
doesn't,
say the other one, Luke.
And it-
Tell him no.
it's too late, man.
Robotics.
Too late. Here we go. All right. I'm going to. We don't
Be
need to
afraid.
audio.
Be very afraid. Now,
Don't need
do we need to be quiet so that it doesn't try to interpret everybody? Yeah, I'm not letting
Nope.
it hear
It's
my
just
voice.
my mic is the only one it will hear.
Okay.
All right, let's just see. Start conversation. Allow it to access my. Okay. I'm turning off my mic at the moment. I'll just start. Hey, Hume. So I'm just. I've been getting kind of anxious lately about AI, and I'm an artist, and AI can do pretty much everything I could do. What should I do about that?
Oh, feeling a bit anxious, huh? Well, it's understandable to have mixed feelings about AI taking on artistic tasks. Maybe you could explore how AI can complement your creativity rather than replace it. Have you thought about collaborating with AI to enhance your artistic process?
I have thought about that. My worry is that AI can kind of do all of it, so I worry it's a slippery slope to just letting the AI do everything.
I hear you. It's natural to have concerns about AI potentially taking over. Finding a balance between leveraging AI's capabilities and preserving the essence of your artistry is key. Maybe setting boundaries on how you use AI in your creative process could help maintain your unique artistic touch.
Yeah.
Ask
I,
it, do I have to use
on.
AI?
Oh, so do I have to use AI, or can I choose not to?
You have full control over whether or not you use AI in your artistic process. It's ultimately your choice. If you feel more comfortable creating without AI, that's completely valid. Your artistic journey is yours to shape as you see fit.
Interesting. I tried to be a little more worried, and I don't know if you noticed, it picked up on awkwardness and doubt detected. Should I ask it a question in an angry voice?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
shut up, AI. You're stupid.
Wait, I'm gonna. All right, I get. Hume, so I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of pissed off because I've got a friend of mine who teaches golf, and there's some new AI systems out now that can teach golf, and I'm worried about his job, and it's kind of upsetting. Oh,
Oh no.
ah, all
Oh my
right.
God.
I guess I'm on my own.
Try
Yeah.
it again. Hey, Hume, I have a question for you. I'm really pretty ticked. I've got a friend who teaches golf, and um, yeah, I'm upset because there's an AI system out there that's also teaching people golf, and I'm worried about him losing his job. What do you think about that?
I hear your concern. It's natural to worry about your friend's job. Technology advancements can be scary, but there's always room for human touch in teaching. Your friend's experience and personal touch can't be replaced by AI. It's all about finding the right balance.
Mm.
What do you want me to
Hmm.
say to that?
Hmm.
What do you think, Luke?
I'm so like caught up in it changing voices right now. Like I feel like it has like split personality, so it's just like throwing me for a loop. Um, so essentially, it's saying because of personal touch, be like, can we ask it if it can have um, the same personal experience I would give somebody? Would it be able to recreate that?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hey, Hume. So I hear what you're saying, but it seems like you are really good at at mimicking the human touch. Do you think that you would be able to do that if you were a golf instructing AI?
Oh, good.
Well, that's an interesting thought. While I can understand emotions and provide empathic responses, teaching golf requires physical skills and personal interaction that I can't replicate. I can definitely enhance the learning experience with emotional support, but your friend's hands-on approach is irreplaceable in teaching a physical skill like golf.
What if you were combined with a an AI that was able to do the physical instruction as well?
Oh man,
Oh, you,
I get
that's
the
so
I get the
good.
hard questions and
that's
it
awesome.
bails.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
It
wearing.
bails.
you can say, okay, all right, hold on. It's just overloaded because this is the beta version and it's free. But it stopped both times that you got to an impasse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mhm. Hey, Hume. So can you explain to me like what's different about you as an AI?
Hey, that's a great question. I'm not your typical AI. I'm an empathic voice interface. I can understand your emotions based on how you speak, not just what you say. It's like having a chat with a friend who really gets you. Curious to learn more?
Yeah, I'm wondering, do you think that you could replace a human being in a like a counselor or a therapist?
Totally get where you're coming from. While I can provide support and understanding based on your emotions, nothing beats the human touch of a counselor or a therapist. They bring unique insights and empathy that are irreplaceable. It's all about finding the right balance.
Okay, wait, Brian, let's go back to that place where we say AI is developing so quickly. You have developed at a tremendous rate. What if AI is capable of mimicking these aspects of being a human, along those same
Right.
lines?
So AI is developing so quickly, and you're a great example of this. Do you think that it will be long before AI is able to mimic or replicate the uniqueness that a human touch of a counselor or a therapist would bring?
AI is definitely advancing rapidly, but replicating the unique human touch of a counselor or therapist is a complex challenge. While AI can offer support and insights, the depth of human connection and empathy they provide is hard to mimic. It's a journey of exploration and innovation, so who knows what the future holds?
Okay, there we go. It's leaving the door open.
Mm-hmm.
Don't I just keep on, it's like making me laugh every time it talks. Like I'm just like picturing a scenario if you were sitting in an office somewhere and you're like really upset, like you're like, AI, my mom just passed away, and then it's like, I know where you're coming from. And it's like yelling it at you. I don't know. It's just it keeps on
Yeah.
changing the
All
expression.
right. I'm gonna try something. Hey Hume, I'm gonna change the subject a little. My dog recently died, and I'm pretty sad about it. What should I do?
I'm so sorry to hear about your loss. It's completely normal to feel a mix of emotions like sadness, anger, and disappointment. Take some time to grieve and remember the good times you shared with your furry friend. If you feel overwhelmed, talking to a friend or counselor can also help. And remember, it's okay to feel this way.
Okay, hold on. Can you scroll up on the assistant evaluations? All right, when you last talked, you were saying my dog died. Can you go to that one? There you go. Hey, you, I'm going to change the subject. My dog. Okay, now look at what it says about distress and sadness. Those are not really big quotients, right? Is
But
it
it
picking
is
up?
it that those are the things it's picking up though, as
Okay.
opposed to picking up like determination
Do you see where
or
I'm going with that?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
my dog recently died. Is it evaluating if you're saying the words, but are you feeling the words based upon
right,
the,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You want me to do it and want me to
I
try
don't
and
know.
fake it
Do it
more?
Yeah, but
like
say something you believe. You know, like I'm just so concerned about the fate of the world. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Let's see. Hey, Hume. Uh, I am really worried about what's going on in the world right now. Um, I see people suffering.
oh man.
Oh,
hey,
all right. All
good, good,
right.
good.
It knew where you were going.
Yep. Yep. Hmm.
Try it one more time, Brian, and
Okay.
then I'm gonna have to hop off.
Yeah. Yep. Hey,
Well, I don't
Hume.
have to hop
There.
off. I've got to do.
Hey, what's
Uh,
on your mind today?
uh, I'm really concerned about the state of the world right now. I see people suffering. I see lots of AI stuff going on.
Oh man,
Oh,
it did not
yeah.
want to answer that one.
Nope. Nope.
One more time. One more time.
I want to try something really fast that is flippant just to see if it'll, you know, actually not bomb out on me.
Okay,
Well, there you.
do that, but can we try one more time with
Yeah,
the?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm worried.
Hey, Hume. Uh, I'm really worried. I'm worried about what's going on in the world. I'm worried about the violence that I see going on in other countries and my own, and I'm wondering. Uh-huh.
Aha.
Yeah.
All right, let's
That
see
is,
what.
oh, that's so good.
Let me try this.
Oh,
Hey, Hume. I saw a really cool bird today. Isn't that neat? Oh, sorry, I muted it. Hey, Hume. I saw a really cool bird today. Isn't that cool? All
huh.
right. Well, maybe it is.
Okay.
Maybe it
Just doesn't
is.
work.
Or maybe it's sick of me.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Hmm.
I have a question real quick. Just
Yeah.
thinking about this, right? So we're talking about being able to have like human interaction with AI. Does this eventually lead to like just me thinking? I'm like, okay, well, the perfect mix would be to be like something. Have you read about Elon Musk designing like the chip that he can implant in people? That it's great. It can help paralyzed people be able to walk or whatever. So it, or I don't know if I think they can also access electronic programs or use it for those things. So why would we not just chip people so they have the ability to use AI but also have the human element? So it just essentially turns everyone into a cyborg. Why would we not be headed that way?
Um.
Like,
Do it.
do you think that's where it's probably going?
Yes, I think that's definite possibility.
Yeah.
I can think of plenty of reasons not to. If uh, like if I have concerns about the being able to control something that is
Yeah.
more intelligent than we are, and actually putting it in you makes it even more weird. On the other hand, boy, if I had lost the use of my legs or something and getting a
Mhm.
chip would bring them back.
Yeah,
I'd,
that's I
I'd
feel like
do
you would
it.
do that every time,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
right.
But this
So it's
is one
all
of the things too that we, what's we could come to this place, and I think we are coming to this place where actually AI is holding up a mirror,
Mm,
and all of these choices come down to how do we value ourselves? What's important to us as human beings about being human beings? Is it that I'm on brand and I sell really well and I know what my brand is and all the things that I make are based upon what other people might buy and that's what my value is? That's one way to look at it, And if that's the case, how will AI relate to us in that regard? Right? As a brand. It's one way
yeah,
to say it. So I think that's one aspect of it is that it's doing it right now. It is sharing with us a mirror of who we are and what do we want. So to help people heal, hell yes. In what way?
yeah. Hmm.
I have to make some choices.
yeah.
It just seems like everything comes back to money being the problem with everything, right? Because that's what if making money wasn't the goal of everybody or these corporations, then they would have no use for AI. So why would we use it? I don't know. I just
Uh-oh,
Money's the root of what? What is that?
money's
that's
the root of all evil.
socialist talk.
That's a,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, but that's the mirror thing again, too. Like,
Mhm.
what are we doing and why?
Yeah.
What have we been doing all along? And this is one of the things I think AI, it could be an extrapolation of what it does is speeds up our maturation process. What do we want?
Hmm.
We want everybody to be well fed. Do we want to have a transparency in what we do
I think we want everybody to be entertained.
right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
The food can come later.
Yeah, I mean, okay. This is it though. I mean, it's what do we want? I want, access to TikTok, damn it, and everything else get out of my face.
Hmm.
You say like, what do we want, like personally? Is that, or are you talking about it as like a whole?
Yes.
What do we as humanity and as individuals want?
Yeah. I guess it all depends on your philosophy or outlook on life, right? Like everyone wants to be happy, and what is happiness, right? It's probably being able to work less or have free time to do what you want. So I feel like I just keep on it. It ends up coming back to money, but it's
Right. But would having all the free time we want make us happy?
yeah, would it? I don't know. And that's what I know I talked to Matt. We went out for coffee a couple weeks ago, and I think that question scares the crap out of me because it's like you see people who are at the pinnacle of their field or their career, like a Chris Cornell or somebody like that that has everything that you could ever ask for, and they're still unhappy.
Right.
Yep.
So what? Yeah, what is I don't know.
And are we here? Is that our primary goal? Should it be our primary goal to be happy?
Yeah, let's.
And maybe
I don't-
AI will help us figure all of that out. We just hand it over to AI.
yeah,
AI will wash our dishes for us and cut the lawn and make decisions for us, and we can have a lot of extra time to, I don't know.
Well, it won't be to make art because it'll do that for us too.
Exactly. So, I mean, this is where, to me, like, this is where this is going. More and more people are going to be asking, and this is what's incredible to me is that this is this aspect of AI that I, don't really acknowledge, which is that the great gift, which is threatening to me, it could be giving us is this mirror.
Mhm.
What do we want?
Yeah.
And it's speeding it up. Humans have always been asking this and then kicking the crap out of each other and harming each other. But in reality, this thing could speed that process up. What do you want?
Yeah.
Because it could kill us.
It could also, yeah, could
Yeah.
destroy us or help us destroy ourselves.
Will it? I wonder. Will there be a point where there will be like one predominant AI system, and will everyone have access to it, or will just the people that can afford it use it? Like that would be kind of interesting.
Yes.
So yeah, it could go so many different ways, right? It's scary thinking about it.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so what we didn't do though, Lucas, we didn't talk about, that you're a writer
Yeah.
this time. So
Next
what do you
time,
think, Brian? Should we ask him
I
to come
think we
back?
need. I think we need him to come back. Is what
Okay.
I
We
think.
need a part 3. We need the trilogy.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We need the Luke trilogy. So will you come back, Luke?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And we'll talk about creativity and what you see as an aspiring writer,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'd love to.
I've looked at some of the AI writing tools as well. So,
Oh boy.
and not just like having ChatGPT write something, but like
Yeah.
the AI that's specific to writing.
Good at doing it. Oh my god. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. I'm
Yeah.
scared and interested. So yeah, I look forward to it.
All right, we'll have you back. Thank you.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep. See ya.
Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.